Hi guys, what's going on? Happy Labor Day weekend. It's been a nice weekend, and tomorrow I will be probably working just as hard as normal. So it's anti-Labor Day for me, I guess, tomorrow. But let's get started with the Jeff Bishop Bullseye trades review for this last week. And I think it was another wishy-washy one. Some people made some money. I made a little bit of money on it, but it really didn't have any solid trend to it at all. So a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is, right? It's what trading's all about. If you don't know much about Jeff Bishop's Bullseye trades, just go to the link in the description below. It'll take you to this site right here. It's a website that I own, and I wrote this whole review. I've done interviews with Jeff over the years, which are included in this here. If you're looking for a program that was really good, really helpful, it's really good indicators, Lux Algo is one of my first choices. It's superb. It works on different time frames. It's for TradingView. You can get 30% off if you use the code STA30 with the link on this page. So that's something that might be worth doing. I use it in conjunction with Bullseye trades sometimes, so the two can be useful together. So definitely have a look at that. One thing I highly recommend is checking out our free How to Win 90% of Your Trades in 90 Seconds. This is not Bullseye trades at all. It's the opposite. It's selling options and collecting the premium, but you win most of the time, albeit smaller amounts of money. It's a fantastic strategy. Lance from Theta Traders and I have been working on this one and on a couple other things that are in the works, including selling futures. So we found those to be extremely lucrative and really fun. So definitely check this out. Just sign up for it. It's the link right here, so you can go and check that out. Pretty good. And so here's a review or interview I did with Jeff about Bullseye trades and his thought processes and things. It was a lot of fun. And then if you go down half the way down the page here, you get a list of the trades for 2022 and 2023. So that's the last year and a half, almost 2 years. Every single trade, every video I've done. It's not all linked here, but it's on my YouTube channel. Some of them are linked down here as well. I was putting these videos like the one you're watching. For a while I was putting them in last year, but I kind of got bored with that. So now I just put a list of the particular weekly calls or options, and put roughly what could have happened. Now, what could have happened varies a lot depending on whether you're able to get in at a certain price or out at a certain price, whether you average down, all this kind of stuff. So that's why there's a lot of variety in people's results. So whilst last week Q's wore a maximum of 200% win, there's a chance that people didn't get that or they lost money on it. Who knows? It's really just how you play these things a lot of the time. The ideas are generally pretty good. This last one was really kind of boring, and we're going to talk about it today. So whenever it's boring, I just put meh. so I don't want to put a win or a loss here. I made $80 or something. It was a small amount of money. But I do know a few people that were able to get 30, 40, 50% on this by timing the dips, and you'll see what I mean in a sec. So let's have a look at the chart, which is right here. So you can see this is the 1 hour chart. We can put it on the daily actually. So you can see that LLY had this big gap up and then this like nice run for a while. And in Jeff's email, which is right here, this was part of the thing. So he said, LLY is a very extended stock, but it hasn't shown any signs of letting up yet. So he's playing momentum essentially. I think it might just keep powering higher from here if the markets hold up. The markets have been holding up pretty well. My plan is to start a position today. That was on Monday, this last week. Hopefully on a slight pullback for the stock with a half-size position. I want to leave room for an addition if the stock has a slight pullback. If things don't go my way, I plan to stop out if LLY closes under 545, which is the most recent support level. So let's go to the chart here, put in 545. So there's 545. If it breaks it higher, I think we could see a meaningful move to 575. So let's mark 575. Close enough. And let's see. So Those were his two sort of key levels for stop loss and profit. And often with these, when they don't work, they just kind of trend between these two lines. And it's dependent on how else you play it that makes the difference between whether you like the trade or you don't like the trade. So let's see, this was the different contracts. I wrote about this here. He's also given these spread ideas now, which is cool. So if you're into spread, then you're also getting a bonus idea each week. By the way, Bullseye Trade is only $97 a year if you use the link in the description below in this article. This is the best possible deal that you'll get Jeff's trades for, so you can definitely check them out. $97 is absolutely nothing, so it's worth at least checking them out. You can learn a lot. There's a course and stuff included with Bullseye Trades, which is really useful as well. So it's worth checking out. Let's look at what happened over the last 5 days to see what this trade was like. And this is typical for a Bullseye trade that doesn't really work, but kind of is still able to make money. So you can see that we didn't close beneath the stop loss. It got close. So this was the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It got close to stopping out here. And sometimes these are the best entry points. If it's not close beneath the stop, sometimes getting in the next day near the stop, you've got very good risk reward. So you can often get in, and people that did would have made some significant money on this move. So you can see it was really just flat. It was really didn't have any momentum at all, which is a little bit disappointing because I think we had a bit better of an uptrend on SPY. So overall, not such a great week, but people shouldn't have been losing money on that. It shouldn't have been that difficult. And since it's Labor Day weekend, there is a sale going on some of the Raging Bull stuff. The one that I wanted to point out the most is Jason Bond Picks. So he's been running a service that I've talked about called Lightning Alerts, and he's rebranding it and changing it back to what it was like 5 years ago. And it's a much simpler service. It's just swing trading small cap stocks. And Jason had huge success with this. It was one of the most popular services on the internet for a long, long time. It was one of the first as well. And I actually followed him back like 9 years ago. And it was one of the best services around. And he made millions of dollars doing it. He shows screenshots. Here's a couple of years where he made $758,000 just swing trading penny stocks, which is pretty cool. And so Lightning Alerts is something that he was doing some day trading with. He was live streaming all the time, so it was really taxing on him. I'm in the service, I'm in all of the services. And he was getting really frustrated because it was like really crackhead trading. He was running like 3 services, including this one. And so what he's doing is he's basically turning it into a swing trading service so he doesn't have to be glued to the monitor all the time. He can focus on his other stuff like teaching in Small Account Journey and that kind of stuff, which is going great, by the way. Small Account Journey is on fire again. I did a video on that just the other day. I really love that service as well. Anyway, the sale is going to last 3 days. Apparently you can get it for just $397 one time for a year, I think. 3 days you got to decide. If you check out Trustpilot, you'll find the truth about what people think of Jason and all his different services. Like, they love Small Account Journey. I think the amount of effort this guy puts into his services is unheard of. It's just non-stop. You can do monthly if you don't want to commit to something. You can do $47 monthly. You can do yearly for $297. Basically, it's swing trading small cap stocks, typically 1 to 3 day holds. He uses 3 key patterns. Breakouts, basically, then something called a J hook. So he waits for it to sell off rapidly and then buys the bounce back up on the J hook. And so rockets are the other ones, which are the breakouts. And then I haven't traded his small cap stuff for a while, so I forgot what the third one was. I'm just trying to rack my brain for it right now. He had different names for them. It's kind of funny. But he's one of the best teachers out there, and he gives it his all. And his swing trades are often very lucrative and seems to be one of his most like core ways to make money. So he's not stopping his other services. He's just changing Lightning Alerts back to Jason Bond Picks, which was these swing trades. If there will be, like, if a stock takes off straight away and blasts through its target within an hour or two, he was saying in a recent webinar that I watched that he will take profits at that point, because obviously that would make sense. But the goal is always going to be these swing trades. So If you're having a hard time keeping up with trade alerts, this could be a service that you might want to check out. Jason's one of the best at doing this. These small cap stocks can really move. So if you don't like options, do these small cap stocks. They can do 50%, 60% moves in a similar way that options can, but they can be swing trades. So definitely check it out for Labor Day. It's probably my #1 pick at the moment for swing trading small cap stocks. So pretty good. Alright guys, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you next time.